Okay, so the pinball project for today is we're installing a shaker motor. So this is a stern shaker motor. You've probably seen one of these underneath the playfield before, or you've installed one of these. This is a quick how-to to get it done. First things first, unplug the machine because you don't want to accidentally put something metal where something shouldn't go and get a shock. Always a safe best practice to do that. Then, like I tell my daughter every time we're working on a project together, lay out everything, your tools, leave yourself lots of room because, don't do it in too dark of a space. I create a little like lunch menu here. I've got my instructions, my parts, my tools for this. I even made this little decorative sandwich thing here, but it's gonna be, I use Loctite. Anything that vibrates gets Loctite. Coming from RC car racing, we Loctite everything. It's the Frank's Red Hot of RC racing. So we're gonna bring that to our shaker motors for sure. It might not be necessary, but it might help a rattle a couple years down the road. You have yourself a 1/4-inch magnetic, what are these called? Hand socket nut drivers. If you're like me and you're pretty confident, you can use an electronic one. I drilled a very small pair of pilot holes for where the wire kind of tie down things go. Also, read your instructions. I also recommend read them completely before you start, but everything here is ready to go. So let's do this. Okay, so now once you get to this stage, you've got your work light set up. The obvious thing, remove the coin box, put it to the side. We're gonna do this pretty quickly, but things are that you need to know. The purple and blue or red wire, they go to the side toward the cabinet. Believe it or not, the wording it uses isn't really super clear, but anyways. So this is what I use here. I take a bit of Loctite. I use this stuff, Loctite stick, and I put a little bit on here. I've got a magnet on the other side. Always have an extra paper towel because Loctite can be a little sticky and sweet, and you don't want to eat it or get it on your hands too much, but put it on here like this. Now, when you're putting these in also, don't put them all the way in because that'll make putting the other ones in harder. Just put them down till they're just bottoming out and then back off because you do your tightening after. Again, I know this is not rocket science, but there's some keys to making this an easy or a not easy job. Now I put these in pretty tight. Now, I'm not really sure what order it says to do this. I put this cover on now because I want to get the Loctite off my hands, move on to the next part of the job. There we go. So you position that like that. You get your washers. There's 2 washers in here. Got a little bit of Loctite on these little nuts as well. There's one stuck to that. Now these should be very tight when you put them in. they have a little bit of somewhat Loctite on them already. Now, the next step, you're putting these little magnet guys on here. It's one loop through. These are gonna go here, basically, but you gotta make sure you've left enough wire. This is where it's gonna go. Okay, so that one's ready. Now we're gonna have another one down there. These we're gonna put down in a second, but the cable managing is quite easy. Generally, it's good practice to cable manage like after you've found your connections, but this is a quick video, so we're wanting to get this on there. There. Get your wires out of the way, clean it up an extra wrap if you need to. Okay, now the last step here in this middle section, we're going to attach these things. Now I have put in a pilot hole. It's not absolutely necessary. I'm just used to doing pilot holes. And I find because of the angle to put these in, a pilot hole really helped. I'm gonna snip this after, but again, I'm trying to do a very quick video here for you. Get those snipped up after. I'll snip that, clean it up after. And then what I also do is kind of cable manage that in those little loops with the other switch wire. Tidy that up, double check all the connections, and there you go. So I double check that these are all tight. You don't want to forget these, so I double check everything. You come back in, I would clean this up, straighten it, make everything look nice, double check that you haven't accidentally pulled anything else out. But there you go, your shaker motor is installed. A couple of the key things always when doing a shaker motor, again, I use Loctite, lay out your job, double check that when you're done, you don't leave anything in the cabinet like paper towels from your Loctite. And always work on this when the machine is powered off. I recommend it because, you know, the high voltage switch on the door on some machines, if it fails, you could still be energized and touch something with your shoulder that has power. So for today, that is the job of installing a shaker motor. It's pretty easy. You can go into the menu and choose if you want it to be on maximum, minimum, or moderate. And this is for a Stern Spike 2 machine, but it's very similar for other brands of machine. The fundamentals are the Loctite, getting the tools ready, and making sure you don't get a shock. So thank you. Again, my name is Aaron. This is the Grownup Adjacent Channel. If you don't come and watch us live stream pinball every day, come and check it out. Grownup Adjacent on Twitch, YouTube, and all the social media. All right, see you next time.